My. Whatever do we have here? It seems I've stumbled upon some sort of a battle. Or the aftermath of one at least. Let's see who the culprits are. 5 dead goblins. And 1, unfortunately, dead adventurer. Not a terrible ratio, my friend. Though I suspect you would rather still be alive, wouldn't you? A shame indeed. I might have had use for... Wait. Your chest. Slowly rising. Slowly falling. Still clutching to the land of the living, my friend. You're not done with Faerun yet, I say. And you're awake. No doubt my defined tone and words have aroused you. Do not worry. I mean you no harm. In fact, I mean to aid you. Unless you're too stubborn to accept help from one such as I. My name. I am Sypho, High Elf. I suspect you're first, given the slight fear I'm detecting from you. Though again, I must insist I am here to help you. Anyone who can slay 5 goblins on their own and still cling to life is someone I want in my corner. So here, drink this. Don't look so uncertain. It's but a healing potion. I brewed it myself. A very simple recipe. I'm surprised you're unfamiliar with them. They are very common. If you need convincing it isn't poison of some kind, I'll take a drink too. All this walking through the forest has made my legs ache ever so slightly. And perhaps a tinier sip will fix that. In all the realms, there are few things that taste sweeter than the taste of a healing potion. Perhaps that's why so many people insist on being adventurous nowadays. It gives them excuse to hurt themselves. Speaking of which, how was it you came into conflict with these goblins? Ah, yes. Before you tell me, here, drink. Feeling better? Good. Now, please proceed. And don't worry, I won't interrupt you. I know I have a wayward tongue that likes to wag and wobble, but I shall cease its uttering for the moment, and let you explain your predicament. Truly? They just leapt out and attacked you? Huh. I can't say I'm surprised though. The goblins in this area have been growing far more dangerous recently. Something about a new god they worship? Some absolute? I hadn't been paying too much attention to it really. I have far more important matters on my mind. Saving you, for instance. But, tell me, what are you doing in this forest to begin with? It's a bit out of the way of civilization after all. You're hunting a cult? Why? Whatever what kind? Oh, there are numerous kinds of cults, and not all of them are so willing to admit that fact. Some worship demons, some fae, some alien beings that most of us can barely comprehend. So, I suppose you won't mind if I ask you to be a bit more specific about the one you're hunting. Ah, the cult of Cthulhu. Of course you are. Oh, forgive my laughter. It's just... I've been doing something similar. I am an adventurer like yourself, of course, though decidedly less... physical? You are exceptionally well built, after all. Be it not for me to make assumptions, but... Are you perhaps a cleric? Or dare I say, paladin? Ah, the former. Fascinating. Why didn't you heal yourself? I hear you're kinda, so talented at such things. You had run out of spell shots during your fight with the goblins. That makes sense, I suppose. A short rest should fix that. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And with such a strong adventurer at that. But oh, forgive me. We've been conversing this whole time, and you're still lying upon the ground. Here, let me help you up. Grab onto me and there you go. God, you are just about as heavy as you look out, dare say. How foolish of me. Physical activity is not something I am exactly adept at, as you can probably tell. What am I good at? Well, speaking, studying, sorceries. I am dressed in robes, after all. The cottons they're crafted from help relax me. They boost my concentration and keep me comfortable, though that's largely beside the point. Specialization? You mean my magic specialization? Well, I'm a wizard. Let's just say that, alright? But yes, I'm a wizard adventurer who has taken it upon herself to wipe out the dastardly cult infesting this area. And I'm now suggesting that the two of us join forces and form a party. After all, two minds are greater than one, as they often say. Not entirely sure who they are, but let's look past that. We share a common goal and a common enemy. I know not why you hunt the cult of Cthulhu, nor do I care. Given your nature, I'm left to assume it out of some good-natured do-gooderness that often permeates your kind, and am content to leave it at that. I, on the other hand, have a fairly personal motive for seeking the end of this cult. Frankly, they murdered someone I cared about. Someone who meant a lot to me. And I'll seek them burn for what they did. Burn. So, you can either help me, or get out of my way. What's it to be? Still uncertain. Why ever don't you trust me? I've been nothing but cordial towards you after all. I brought you back from the brink of the death, and I'm well known for being a friendly sort. Yes. Something I had forgotten. You clerics. You can detect the presence of evil, can't you? Perhaps you thought it was the goblins you were sensing. Even dead, they must have left some trace after all. But part of you knew, didn't it? Part of you deep down knew that what you were sensing wasn't the goblins. What you were sensing, it was me. Relax, relax. As I said before, I am not going to harm you. I have lied to you. But I wasn't about that. No, never about that. Let's start over. Or at least, from when I was telling you what I am. You see, my name is indeed Sypho. I am indeed a high elf. And I am indeed hunting after the cult of Cthulhu, living in this area. My motivation, my desire to avenge my friend, it's the same. The only difference is that I'm not a wizard. I am, in fact, a warlock. Specifically, I am a servant of the great old ones, Cthulhu himself, the same being our first serve. No doubt you've been sensing his eldritch presence radiating from me. The powers my servitude to the great old one grant must smell something dreadful to someone as radiant as yourself. And I apologize for attempting to deceive you. I knew how you would react if you knew what I really was. And I fear your judgment. But as far as I can tell, this doesn't change anything. I've been completely genuine, save for that one little lie. And I assure you, I very much desire to end the chapter of Cthulhu's court in this region. I'm still willing to be a partner. I am still willing to aid you. So, will you do the same for me? I know a cleric's duty is to destroy all evil they come across. And I am, by definition, a servant of evil. But surely you can tell my motives are pure. Surely you can tell I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm certain you must have a dozen questions. And you don't seem the type to assault someone who isn't trying to harm you. But I have to say, before I tell you anything, before I can explain my reason for turning my back on everything I believed in, you must answer this one simple question. Will you join my party?